for the second time. They come under starter's orders. And away. Harvard University A on the right, University of Washington, USA on the left. They have come a very long way, these two American crews, to race on British water, and hence now a real battle. Look at the determination and the grit on the University of Washington stroke man's face. Philip Walkes in the stroke seat, Lisa Caldwell in the bows, tucked away, driving her men, the University of Washington. Go Huskies there on the left, and Harvard University closest to us, having the better of the start as they come into their race rhythm.
Great start from Harvard there. I mean, the Huskies are really a class act. I mean, they've got one of the best rowing programs in the world, haven't they? So these guys are going to be very strong, but Harvard have taken it to them early on. Look at that, people dipping their feet in the bank. I'd love to be doing that right now.
If you're not watching and you can't come down, watch it on YouTube. If you can come down tomorrow for the finals, sit on the bank and you are watching the very best in the world at our sports in whatever events. Here we are seeing the top universities in the Prince Philip Challenge Cup, the event for top student Cox Falls, and already now just coming back. University of Washington head-to-head, stroke for stroke, Harvard University A crew. This is brutal now, absolutely brutal.
This is going to be a corker, isn't it? God, level now, just after that sprint out the blocks. This is going to be real pain today, isn't it? A US showdown.
And on the 4th of July here, so there's so much pride in it. Now, traditionally, and going back in the day then when I was racing the Harvard crews as well, they go off on a sprint, they'll take it off on about 38, and then they'll come down 35, 36, and they'll hold that. They'll hold that, so you can match them, you can mark the Harvard crew all the way through, and then they step up at the end. So you can always know what the Harvard crew are going to do. They're same pace all the way through. That is what University of Washington have to take advantage of. Jump them. They have to jump out again as they go through the barrier.
It looks like they're happy to just sit on this brutal pace you're talking about, really, isn't it? And they're just taking an inch on each other here and there, but that's about it. I mean, God, it must be tough work for the Coxes in this one.
Looking side by side. If you're in the University of Washington, Lisa Caldwell looks right, checking eye to eye from the Coxes as we come overhead now. This is just a fantastic race. Look at that, nothing in it, just a few feet. University of Washington, the Huskies through the middle part of the course here. Harvard, though, will hang on brutal now. Stroke Ryan Rasmussen, Ben Strathmore in the 3 seat for the Harvard University A crew. Dom Glover at 2, Travis Taft in the bow seat. Cole Durbin lying down, pushing these guys on here, coming quite close to the puddles of the University of Washington, who are the favourites in this event. This race is far from over here. You'd expect Harvard to push on at some point.
The Huskies have just got control of this a bit more now. It's nice for them to be able to have that nearly to a length where a lot of the oarsmen can then see the other crew and respond to their movements a bit more. And as you said, that that Harvard crew is going to be sitting on that solid pace now. God, I love these shots actually. It's so fantastic, aren't they? How you can see the blade go in and sit still, and it's the boat that moves through the water.
Great thing about all these different rowing shots is we're getting a real taste of almost being on board with these guys. You can see the beads of sweat coming down their forehead, the passion that is being exerted in the water here. This is what it means now. If you're in the University of Washington, the Huskies now are absolutely fighting for every stroke, for every inch of this course. But University, the Harvard guys on the right, hanging on for dear, dear life here, just shy of the overlap.
Like you said, it's like we're there racing with them, isn't it? This being this close down in amongst the booms, isn't it? I think Harvard really need to fire the boosters up if they want to get back in this race now, though.
Need to step up. Harvard need to step up here because the Huskies, the University of Washington, on the 4th of July here, are celebrating in style this semi-final of the Prince Albert Challenge Cup, the event for student Cox Falls here. As they come down past Remenham Club here, they will know they're coming into the final third, and with the clear water they have, lengthen out, stretching out this course, stretching out the lead.
Yeah, Huskies have had a phenomenal season. I think they won everything at the Nationals in the US this year, and it looks like they're doing a great job here at Henley with this Cox 4 crew against this slightly younger crew from Harvard. A couple of freshmen on board and a couple of Aussies in there and a Kiwi, and I think the other two are American.
It's after 7 o'clock here on the Saturday evening of Henley Royal Regatta, and still the crowds line the course here from start to finish as this race continues to unfold here. But the Huskies from the University of Washington have done enough. They're still high though, Adam, they're still right up there.
Oh yeah, we saw a strong finish from Harvard yesterday, so that stroke man, even though he looks tired, it might be a case of the old rope-a-dope sort of looking knackered, but he's got more in the tank really, hasn't he?
A big call now from Cole Durbin, lying down in the bow seat of the Harvard University crew, and it'll need to be a big call. This is the one last chance that they will have here. Counting 5 strokes, then another 5. Then you start again doing 5, because that's what Harvard will have to do to overhaul Huskies, the University of Washington, who have been absolutely magnificent in the middle thousand, deservedly so, leading down the stewards enclosure.
That's a big gear change in the Harvard boat there. I mean, it looked like they'd shift that race plan forward anyway, but that's a killer wind going on there. It'd be interesting to see what the distances are between them now.
Get side on, we'll see. You see the rate difference. Washington still maintaining a push. They're not full gas on here. They're having though now to just respond a little bit because Harvard are throwing everything at them. But University of Washington will know they've done enough. They've done enough early on to earn their place in the final. It's going to be a Yale versus University of Washington final in the Prince Albert Challenge Cup. The last race of the day here. And Harvard, well, they fight, but they fight for nothing really. They're going home. University of Washington moving on safely through here. Yale versus University of Washington in the final of the Prince Albert Challenge Cup. Wonderful, wonderful display there of cool, calm heads from the Huskies. University of Washington showing why that they have the strongest varsity rowing program in the world today.